What really happens to your prostate if you masturbate every day? Have you ever wondered what really happens to your prostate if you masturbate every day? Before jumping to conclusions, let's separate myth from physiology. Masturbation itself is not the enemy. In moderation, regular ejaculation can be part of a healthy sexual life, and several large cohort studies suggest a protective association for prostate health. But here's the part most men never hear. It's rarely the act itself that drives problems. It's the daily habits surrounding your lifestyle that either calm inflammation or quietly feed it, month after month. Today, I'll walk you through 10 everyday habits that silently shape your prostate health after 50. You'll see what helps, what harms, and exactly what to change, starting tonight. Stay with me, because the last two habits are the ones most men overlook, and fixing them can transform your nights, your energy, and your confidence. What is the real question? Masturbation in moderation can be normal and even beneficial. The real trouble begins when it coexists with sedentary time, poor hydration, ultra-processed food, sleep disruption, and chronic stress. If you're waking up multiple times to urinate, if your stream feels weak, or you sense you never fully empty the bladder, you're not alone. More than half of men over 50 report some degree of these symptoms. If you care about natural, evidence-informed ways to protect your prostate, tap like so this information reaches more men. Habit number 10. Drinking too little water. When you cut water to avoid nighttime trips, the short-term relief backfires. Concentrated urine becomes chemically irritating. It inflames the bladder lining, and that inflammatory signal often extends to the prostate sitting just below. How to fix? Keep a bottle within reach and sip steadily throughout the day. Aim for pale yellow urine. Front-load fluids earlier and taper in the evening rather than cutting them entirely. That's just the first quiet driver of inflammation. The next one hides in nearly every living room and office. Habit number 9. Sitting for long periods. Extended sitting compresses the pelvic floor and perineum, reducing oxygen-rich blood flow to the tissues that support urinary function. Over time, reduced perfusion and deconditioning aggravate symptoms. How to fix? Every 30 minutes, stand and move for 2. Walk to the kitchen, stretch your hips, or do gentle pelvic tilts. This interrupts pressure, restores circulation, and re-engages the pelvic floor, the hammock that supports the bladder and aids complete emptying. If you're watching this seated, stand now and take 10 steps while listening. It counts. Habit number 8. Too much caffeine. Caffeine is a mild diuretic and a bladder stimulant. Excess, coffee, strong black tea, energy drinks can drive urgency and frequency, adding pressure when your urinary tract is already working harder. How to fix? Notice your dose response. If symptoms spike after a second cup, switch to herbal tea or quality decaf afternoon. You'll feel the difference within days. But beverages aren't the only irritants. Your pantry may be priming systemic inflammation. Habit number 7. Ultra-processed foods and excess heat and spice. Hot spices in moderation can be fine, but extremes plus ultra-processed foods, snack chips, processed meats, fast food, frozen entrees, push pro-inflammatory pathways and oxidative stress. How to fix? Shift the balance toward anti-inflammatory choices. Leafy greens, crucifers, tomatoes rich in lycopene, berries and pomegranate for antioxidants, salmon or sardines for omega-3s, avocado, walnuts and pumpkin seeds for healthy fats and zinc. If this is helping, subscribe and enable notifications. Each week we share practical, science-based steps to support men's health. If you want more sleep, stronger flow, and fewer nightly interruptions, join this community. Click subscribe and the bell so you don't miss new guides that actually fit real life. Habit number 6. Holding it too long. Delaying urination stretches the bladder beyond comfort, weakening its muscular squeeze over time. Residual urine becomes a warm reservoir that invites bacteria and irritation, sometimes escalating to acute prostatitis. How to fix? Respect the signal. When you need to go, go. Protecting the bladder protects the prostate. Habit number 5, smoking or secondhand smoke. Tobacco smoke carries thousands of chemicals. Nicotine and carbon monoxide constrict blood vessels, limiting oxygen delivery and slowing waste removal. The resulting hypoxia and toxin buildup sustain inflammation. How to fix? If you smoke, seek support to quit. Nicotine replacement, medications, coaching. Benefits begin within weeks. Better circulation, lower inflammatory tone. If this is helping, subscribe and enable notifications. Each week, we share practical, science-based steps to support men's health. Now let's talk about something most men avoid discussing, yet it's absolutely central. Habit number 4, skipping checkups. Benign enlargement often advances quietly for years. Routine PSA testing and an exam give you early warning, early action, fewer complications, and more options. How to fix? Put a yearly reminder on your calendar. Prevention isn't weakness, it's wise stewardship of your future. Habit number 3, too much red or processed meat. Frequent red and processed meats can tilt lipid profiles, oxidative stress, and inflammatory mediators in the wrong direction. How to fix? Keep red meat to once or twice a week. Swap in fish, poultry, and plant proteins, lentils, chickpeas, and beans. Habit number 2, central weight gain. Visceral fat is hormonally active. It raises inflammatory cytokines and increases aromatase activity, shifting hormones in ways that may encourage prostate growth. How to fix? Reduce added sugars and ultra-processed foods, manage portions, and add a brisk 30-minute walk most days. Even modest loss, 3 to 4 kilos, can noticeably ease urinary symptoms. And now the silent multiplier many men carry for years. Habit number 1, living under chronic stress. Prolonged stress keeps cortisol elevated, disrupts sleep, tightens pelvic muscles, and amplifies inflammatory signaling. The effect is physical: urgency, nighttime waking, pelvic tension, fatigue. How to fix? Practice a simple breathe drill. Inhale through the nose for 4, hold 4, and exhale through the mouth for 6. Repeat for 5 minutes. Walk outdoors, connect with friends, and protect your sleep window. Lowering stress can be as powerful as any supplement. Let's recap. Today you learned 10 habits that either inflame or protect your prostate. Hydration, movement, caffeine awareness, real food over ultra-processed, timely bathroom breaks, smoke avoidance, routine checkups, moderating red meat, trimming central weight, and managing stress. You don't need to change everything at once. Start with one win. Carry water, take a 2-minute standing break each half hour, or walk after dinner. Your body can heal when you supply the basics consistently. If this helped, leave a comment with the first habit you'll change today and share this with someone who needs it. And watch the video on your screen where we reveal foods that naturally support prostate health. Take care of your prostate, and you protect your quality of life.